It was a cold evening when Aisha sat quietly in her small apartment, staring at the screen of her phone. The last message she had sent was still unread. She had typed it hours ago with trembling fingers, hoping for a reply that never came. "Please, just tell me what happened." But there was no response. A few minutes later, her phone showed something that made her heart sink. "You can no longer send messages to this user." He had blocked her. Aisha slowly put the phone down on the table. Her chest felt heavy, as if someone had placed a stone on her heart. For months, she had been talking to Arham every day. Morning messages, late-night calls, small jokes, deep conversations about dreams and fears. Somewhere between those endless chats, she had fallen deeply in love with him. And now, he had disappeared. No explanation, no goodbye, just a block. For days, Aisha couldn't focus on anything. She tried to understand what she had done wrong. She reread their old messages again and again. Every laugh, every promise, every moment when he said he cared about her. Nothing made sense. 1 week passed, then 2. Her friends told her to forget him. "People like that don't deserve your tears," her best friend Sarah said firmly. But forgetting him wasn't easy, because love doesn't disappear just because someone presses a block button. Every night, Aisha still looked at her phone, hoping somehow the block would disappear, but it never did. One rainy evening, almost a month later, Aisha was sitting alone at home. Outside, the rain was falling heavily, tapping against the windows. The city lights blurred through the glass. She had finally started accepting the silence. Maybe some stories are meant to end without answers. Suddenly, knock, knock. Someone was at the door. Aisha frowned. It was already late, and she wasn't expecting anyone. Slowly, she stood up and walked toward the door. Her heart started beating faster for no reason. Another knock. She opened the door and froze, standing there, soaked in rain, breathing heavily as if he had run a long distance, was Arham. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Aisha's mind struggled to believe what her eyes were seeing. "You?" she whispered. Arham looked different. His hair was wet, his face tired, and his eyes filled with emotions she couldn't understand. "I know," he said quietly. "You probably hate me." 1,000 emotions exploded inside her at once. Anger, confusion, relief, sadness. "Hate you?" she said, her voice shaking. "You blocked me. You disappeared for a month, and now you just show up at my door like nothing happened." Arham lowered his eyes. "I deserve that." "Then explain," she said sharply, "because I spent weeks thinking I did something wrong." Rain continued pouring behind him. For a moment, he said nothing. Then he took a deep breath. "My father found out about us," he finally said. Aisha blinked. "What?" "He doesn't accept relationships like ours. When he saw our messages, everything exploded. My phone was taken away. He forced me to block you, in front of him." Aisha stared at him, stunned. "I tried to explain to him that you mattered to me," Arham continued, "but he threatened to cut me off completely. He said if I ever spoke to you again, he would make sure I regretted it." "Then why are you here?" Aisha asked. Arham looked up, his eyes intense. "Because I couldn't stay away." The words hung in the air. "For a month, I tried to forget you," he said. "I tried to convince myself it was easier this way. But every day felt wrong. Every morning felt empty." Aisha felt her anger slowly mixing with something else. Hope. "You should have told me," she said softly. "I couldn't. I had no phone, no way to reach you. Today I finally got it back, and the first thing I did was come here." He stepped a little closer. "I know I hurt you. I know blocking you made it seem like I didn't care, but the truth is, I care too much." Aisha felt tears filling her eyes. Weeks of pain, confusion, and loneliness suddenly rushed back all at once. "You broke my heart," she whispered. "I know," he said quietly. "I cried every night." His jaw tightened. "If I could go back and change it, I would." Silence filled the small hallway. Rain still poured outside. Arham looked at her with a mixture of fear and hope. "I came here to tell you something face to face," he said slowly. "What?" Aisha asked. "I'm done letting other people control my life." Her heart skipped a beat. "I want to choose my own future," he continued, "and that future includes you." Aisha felt her breath catch. "You don't have to forgive me," he said, "but I needed you to know that you were never just a temporary part of my life." His voice softened. "You are the person I love." Those words shattered the wall she had built around her heart. For weeks she had tried to convince herself that he didn't care, but now he was standing here, drenched in rain, risking everything just to see her. "Why now?" she asked quietly. "Because life without you felt worse than any fight with my family." A tear rolled down Aisha's cheek. She wiped it quickly. "You really hurt me." "You know." I know. And I'm still angry. You have every right to be. He didn't try to defend himself. He didn't try to argue. He simply stood there waiting. That honesty made something inside her soften. Love is strange. Sometimes it survives even after being broken. Aisha took a deep breath. Come inside, she finally said. Arham looked surprised. Really? You're dripping water all over the floor. For the first time, he smiled slightly. He stepped inside. The apartment felt quiet and warm compared to the cold rain outside. Aisha handed him a towel. Thank you, he said. They sat across from each other in the living room. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Arham said softly, I thought about you every day. Aisha looked down. I tried to hate you, she admitted. Did it work? She shook her head. No. He laughed softly. That's a relief. A small smile appeared on her face despite herself. Slowly, they began talking again, about the month they had spent apart, about the pain, about the things they had realized. Sometimes distance reveals how important someone is.